Hi, I'm Ailsa, the food editor here at Good Food, and today we're turning up the heat with an absolute classic, chili con carne. I'm going to show you how to make one that's bursting with flavour and just the right amount of kick. Are you ready? Let's dive in. To make a chili con carne that packs a punch, all you need is a little bit of time. So over here we've got olive oil, we've got onion, we've got some red pepper, garlic, beef mince, lots of spices, which is very key to a nice chili con carne. We've got some beef stock, tomato puree, kidney beans, again, very important to a chili con carne, and some chopped tomatoes. So let's get cracking. So over here, we're gonna go into our hot pan with some oil and just give that a little moment to just heat up. Then once that's nice and hot, we go in with our onion. You can just hear that nice little sizzle. Don't want it too hot because we don't want to burn our onions. And then here's a really helpful little trick for you. So I always like to go in with a nice generous pinch of salt. What that does is it just draws the moisture out from the onion and helps them soften up a little bit quicker. So you're not standing there for ages waiting for your onions to get nice and soft. It just speeds that process along just a little bit quicker, which is always nice when we're cooking. Give that a stir. So we're just going to give those onions a little bit of time to soften up because that's what builds the base of your chili, and that's the key to a really good like sauce, ragu, anything hearty like that is just building the layers and giving it time. So these onions have gone nice and soft and translucent for us, so we are ready now to add in the rest of our ingredients, which is a nice red pepper. So we're just going in with that. And then we've got some garlic over here. Then here we've got cumin and paprika. So they're just gonna go in with those. And then over here we've got a mild chili powder. If you like a little bit more of a kick, you can of course use hot. But if you're cooking for kids, mild might be a slightly better option. And then we just give that a nice stir in. And then for spices, what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's not on a super high heat because you don't want to burn them. And giving them a little cook here just sort of awakens the flavor, makes it more vibrant, and you're cooking it until it smells like really like heady and fragrant. And that's when you know you're ready to go in with the rest of your stuff. So those spices are smelling amazingly fragrant now, which is our sign to put in the next ingredient, which is the beef mince. So you go in with this, and we're just gonna break it up a little bit. And you really want to make sure you brown the beef because that will kickstart a reaction called the Maillard reaction. So we're gonna get a little bit sciencey here. The Maillard reaction is what happens when you brown food. It's the proteins and amino acids and the sugars reacting together, which produces this beautiful browning, and that browning is what gives you a great scent, flavor, taste, all of those things. We've got quite a big pan here, so it's fine to do this all in one go, but if your pan's a little bit smaller, I do it in batches, so that means you can actually brown all the beef, because otherwise it might just like steam and simmer, and it's not going to give you that lovely browning, which is what you want. And whilst you're doing this, just make sure to keep an eye on it, give it a little stir from time to time so you don't burn the garlic and the spices. So this is all now nicely browned. We're gonna go in with our remaining ingredients. So we've got beef stock, delicious. Then we're going in with the dried marjoram, a little bit of sugar just to counteract the acidity in the tinned tomatoes. Tomato puree, again, nice little bit of sweetness to it. Tinned tomatoes. And then we're gonna give it a hefty, nice little season. Season as you go at all times. And then we're going in with a good few cranks of black pepper. You always need more pepper than you actually think. Give that a nice stir. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, the key to a good sauce and ragu is just taking your time to build up those layers of flavor. That's what makes it so delicious at the end. It's taking the time to soften your onions and brown your mince and fry those spices so they're really nice and fragrant. That is the one key takeaway I can give you today. So this is a really good one to batch cook. You can chuck it in your freezer. It's gonna keep in there for up to 3 months. Just pop it in individual portions in freezer-proof containers. And then you can just whack it out one cold, lonely night when you don't fancy cooking. There you go, Bob's your uncle, dinner's ready. So we're just bringing this up to a simmer. And then we're going to cover. So we're just going to leave this to gently simmer away for about 30 minutes. If you've got longer, definitely leave it for longer. You might need to add just a little splash more stock so it doesn't get too thick and reduced. You could definitely make this in a pressure cooker or in a slow cooker. The world's your oyster. So this should have bubbled away and thickened and reduced in the 20 minutes we've given it. And then what chili is complete without, of course, the kidney bean. So we just go in with those. We'll give it a little stir, and then we're just gonna give it another 10 minutes of cooking without the lid. And there you have it. This chili con carne is now complete. It's thickened, it's reduced, it's looking really gorgeous and glossy. All the flavors have gotten to know each other in the pan. And all we're gonna do now is season. It's really important to give it a nice good taste before you bring it to the table, just so you don't have to also bring salt and pepper with you. Everything's done and you can just serve it up. So we're just going to give it a little taste. Perfect. Almost there. Just a nice little pinch of salt. Another good crack of pepper. So serve with a hearty dollop of sour cream and a good sprinkle of a few little coriander leaves, and there you have it. Just take a look at this, hearty, rich, and so comforting. I'm diving in because I'm absolutely starving. So delicious. It's full of depth, a great kick of spice, and just the right amount of heat. If you like this recipe, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Get the full recipe in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for more mouth-watering recipes, and visit goodfood.com or download our app. Leave a comment below. What's your secret ingredient for the perfect chili?